Ephesians, written by Apostle Paul, he set the standard of leadership within the church and uses Jesus as an example and using the husband as the example of order within the church. And I'll say it again. I'll say it again. I mean, it's right there in the scriptures. I mean, you can't get no better than that. I think I just get myself a little bit out of play here. Yeah, Ephesians chapter 1, verse 22. And then 23, for the husband is the head of the wife. And that's true. I mean, in the secular society, that's debatable. In the secular society, United States, Canada, Great Britain, Mexico, South America, Asia, their husband is treated like not the head of the house. A godly husband is the head of the house and should always be the head of the house. Just like Christ is the head of the church. And that's why Christ put the pastor, the elders, according to Paul, Apostle Paul being led by the Spirit, to put the man in charge of what? The church. The elder is a man. So that's where it is. You can take it out with God if you like. I'm not. So Christ is the rock. But who's that rock that Christ was talking about? On this rock you will build my church. He was talking to Peter. But Christ is the foundation of the church. And it's immovable like an immovable stone. Christ is the chief cornerstone of the church. Remember, who's the chief cornerstone of the assembly? Christ Jesus. When the Catholic Church come together, they come to church, they come to what? Mass. Because in Mass, everybody come and fellowship together as a mass, as a group. And I hope that cleared some of the misunderstanding when it comes to denominations. Of the governing bodies have different names and how they call their structures different. When you hear the word mass, you're talking about assembly. When you hear the word assembly, you're talking about church. You're talking about ecclesia, you're talking about the assembly of the church. And if you're talking about the call-outs, it's the same thing. The church is to do everything possible to convince believers who have sinned to be reconciled and get it right standing with Christ. And that's what the job of every believer is. Our job is not to go to each other's house and tell each other to get right when you're already a fellow believer and you're already living right. It's to go out there to the unchurched